Good morning. This morning we are going to talk a little bit more about Future State from DC Comics. We're going to talk about our feelings about WandaVision, and we'll see if we got a couple other tidbits, including some round 2 model news. Hang out with us. If you know what time it is.
It's Clobberin time!
Good morning, everyone. Jay Hood Creative back again. My partner, Coach Vic 7, hanging out. You lost your voice?
Oh, good morning,
I
everyone.
put you on the spot. And we've also got, as usual, our pal Alan Shell. How you doing?
Am I working?
You're working now.
Am I working?
Looking good.
You like my back? I watched enough YouTube how-to shows, and they said get some color behind you, get some light in front of you.
You're
I
looking
probably
good.
look like something from the Willy Wonka factory.
Now you need is a ring light.
Yep,
I got one in front of me.
Okay.
Can you see it?
It's not showing up in your eyes like it does on some people.
Well, I don't have my glasses on. Let's see if I can brighten it. Look. Like you can go through it. You can do. Okay, this is blue. That's blue. Wait. There's daylight. And there's blue, and then there's bluer. Blue, and bluest. Wait, hold on. Let's see if I put on glasses if you can see it in my glass.
Hey, this is your show. Your show.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
YouTube lighting. Yep.
My eyeballs have come through.
We've just
I
got.
watched this guy, Dave McRae. I watched Dave McRae on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just talking over you.
Yeah, as usual. Go ahead.
So we just roll with the old fashioned drafting light right above the monitor.
Oh, is that what that is?
Well, good for you.
Hey,
I'm professional now. I'm professional. I'm the most professional YouTuber.
man, you
There's a beanie. Look at this.
you got the snowball, you got the ring light, you got the backlighting. Look at that
You got
backlight
the-
light up.
Got the cool Han and carbonite right here.
Mm-hmm.
I got this with it was a Walmart a lunchbox thing. I wonder what happened to that. But it had a bunch of stuff in it. But I only bought it for the Han and carbonite, and I stayed for the Empire Strikes Back beanie thing.
Sweet.
So let's get to work, fellas. We got a lot to talk about today.
All right. Hey, Hoosier Nerd, how you doing, man? He was hanging out waiting for us. Steve Woodard, fellow Hoosiers with us this morning.
Hey, yo.
And Rob Boswell. What's up, fellas? What's up with you, Rob? I like that shirt. Where'd you get that?
This?
Yep.
I got it from GameStop.
Ooh.
So
How much money did you make this week?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I wish, right? I wish I would have been. I'm not even on Reddit, so I don't know anything about that.
me either.
I have read it. I don't understand how it works, but I have it.
You have to be deep if you're going to be getting in on that. You know what I mean?
So I'll tell you, as that whole GameStop thing relates to comics, if you want a perfect breakdown of like put in words how you can understand it, the whole breakdown of the whole short sale and all the GameStop kerfuffle that went on this week. If you don't understand what went on, go to ETA Nick's channel. He's got a few videos where he talks about the high-end comic book market. When he talks about the comic book market, he's talking about the expensive stuff.
Or you just stay here and listen to the BS version of it.
And we will tell you nothing constructive about it.
Oh, well, I could. Oh, that's not our stick.
Not sick today.
So our stick is comic books, of course. Al, you picked up a few of the new Future State books that came out in the last
We're deep diving, brother. Let me talk about it. You understand what I'm going to say here today is that it all kicked it off with the Wonder Woman and the Flash comic books. I bought those, and I think I spent a 2 hours of an hour show ripping apart the Wonder Woman. And I was like, how dare they even perpetrate this criminal activity on the comic book world? Okay. I'm like, what? So I'm like, not all of them can be this atrocious. So what I did, brothers, is I went back to my comic book shop.
You fell on
What I
that
did
for this show, didn't you?
Oh, I went all in every other week. Every week I went and I was like, all right, I'm gonna pick 2 books that look like something to me, either nostalgic sake or I'm just a sucker for the character, you know.
Yep.
So the first 2 weeks, Wonder Woman, Flash. Wonder Woman, I'm not going there anymore. But I'm going to tell you, second week, Shazam or Captain Marvel in my book, all right? The big red cheese. And Nightwing.
All right.
And did you guys read either of those books?
I picked up Nightwing.
Okay, then we'll talk about that. Since I'm the Shazam guy, I'll talk about Shazam.
All right.
Interesting concepts, okay? Let me bust this up. Where are you, baby? Okay. Shazam, all right? You can't tell he's fighting demons in HE double hockey sticks. You know what I'm saying? So apparently what happened, since his future state, Billy Batts is a little grown up.
Wait, okay. Well, are these the in the same HE double hockey sticks as what we saw in Yara Fleur, do you think?
And what?
Well, the whole thing about Wonder Woman was that she was on her way to hell.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's Hades.
Okay.
She's going to Hades. She's going to meet. Well, she might be. I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't think these guys got together and talked about, hey, let's link these up. It's not OBC. Yeah. So, anyways, you remember Neron, the one guy from that guy from, it was like a late 90s.
Yeah, I do. The covers were green.
Yeah. So, anyways, he's got Billy and I guess he does something. He gives him power or something. I don't know what he splits. I guess he gives him. I don't know. This is another book. That's the problem with these books is you need 12. You need you need 12 other books to tell you what's happening in this book. You need to watch 7 videos on YouTube. Like, well, this explains this. Okay, the reason why it's called Shazam instead of Captain Marvel is because they don't have the rights anymore to do. Anyway, because
Underworld Unleashed. Yep.
Yeah, Underworld. So basically, they bring him back Underworld. He basically, I guess he sells out to Neron, but he doesn't think it. Sells the soul to the devil basically. And now he's the leader of like Justice League of the future. And this dude, he's crusty, man. So it's a crusty Billy Batts and Captain Marvel. And artwork, I'll say artwork is pretty solid. I'm not going to bust on it. They got the Ivan Rez, like, hey, let's draw like Ivan Rez now.
Who is it? Who's the artist?
Eduardo Penskia.
Okay.
I can't pronounce the last name.
Yeah,
but
your name.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of the names are going to be. I think there's a lot of studios getting some money. Like, hey, I'll draw this I'll draw this panel, and then you finish the rest of the page for me. Gotcha. I know they do a lot of that, but this guy's solid. He's got his own. He's got his style on top of someone else. The best way to learn is to like pick who you want to emulate and then learn from there.
Right.
So he did that. He's kind of got.
I'm trying to be Jay.
Anyway, so it's bust through. Okay, so anyways, this is another lesson. If you don't know comic books and you're writing a comic, okay, say I'm hired for DC and I don't know anything about DC, I'm going to grab a who's who and I'm going to go, oh, that looks like an interesting character. Even though they're like dead or whatever, I'll throw them in the background and have them being killed by someone in this book. And then people go, wait a minute, didn't they die? It's like, because they're not paying attention. They have a cast of characters and they're just like, oh, they look cool. They got, okay, so I guess okay, so Watchmen, right? Watchmen and the Justice Society or whatever. Being a superhero has been, you're not supposed to be.
Right.
You're not. It's illegal.
Superheroing is outlawed.
Yeah, this is basically what's happening in the future state. This and Nightwing it's got the same backdrop. Okay. So they in The Nail. Have you ever read the Alan Davis's The Nail?
Yeah, I loved it.
Great stuff. I won't talk about another nail, but we'll talk about The Nail. Anyways, that's the same thing where they were capturing superpower guys and putting them in a loony bin or whatever. So, anyways, I don't know. Justice League's good guys, and then
I don't get it.
he killed my father. Is that the guy from Princess Bride, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so they bring in a Giganta and a Manhunter. Okay, a Manhunter. DC, listen up, pal. DC don't know what Manhunter is anymore. They're just like, what's the Manhunter robot? For no reason. This guy was either a secret society group of people being manhunters, or they were the robots that Fart and Green Lanterns were fighting, and they're just teaming up with Giganta and to break people out of a thing. Where'd that come from? Why aren't they still wanting to clean up the universe on their own? They got Gorilla Grodd, and they got no wait.
Really got pride.
So anyways, they go to bust out. They go to bust out
the Creeper.
See, they're stopping them to bust out the Creeper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then Giganta and the Manhunter, because Manhunter and Creeper are like this, son. They're like this. So the new Justice League are trying to keep them in and blah blah blah. No one's watching the Creeper. Creeper runs away. Okay, Creeper runs away, I guess. And then, should you see this? Where you probably can't see it because my stuff's blurry. Billy, Captain Marvel, like does a speed thing, like he disappears. And this is spoilers, by the way, pal. Then all of a sudden they find the Creeper, who none of them are watching. He's dead. And
so they just broke him out of jail. They turned their back and he's dead.
Yeah, they didn't break him out of jail. Giganta and Manhunter did. Giganta and Manhunter are still bad guys.
Gotcha.
But they're fighting the Justice League, who has a crooked Captain Marvel in it. And they got the Question. I mean Rorschach. This is the Justice League team here. I think what we're looking at, folks, we got Vixen, we got Miss Martian. I don't know this dude. I don't know that dude. He's purple mask dude.
He Zorro.
No, he was like a Green Lantern villain or something, I think.
Was that Javelin or something? That ain't Javelin. That ain't like.
No.
Anyway, that's another thing. They don't do that.
Gore Vidal's here. What do you got to say, Gore? Now I'm more confused about the purpose of future state. Older readers will notice historical and character discrepancies, while young readers don't care about either, but are lost. And who's the audience? Great point. I think that's our consensus probably on this stuff.
Okay, one of the big things that you have to read the actual book, is that Jakeem and Johnny Thunder are disappeared. They've disappeared. They don't know where they're at. They don't know what happened to them. The Say You or So Cool or whatever that they would say. So at the end, you basically, that's spoilers. I don't want to know. If you don't want to know, it's basically all I can say is that Captain Marvel in this is not a goody two shoes, and he's wiping out certain heroes and just wiping them out. No, sorry, spoilers. And then at the end, for some reason, they split Billy and I don't get it. They split Billy and Captain Marvel. And they're like all buddy here. So they're like, "Oh, it's okay. I'm better off. I need to protect something." Okay, they're saying he's going to protect something.
I thought Billy was
this broken arm picture. I'm like, what happened to that brother's arm, man? He's double jointed. He's like, oh, God. Anyway, if you see in the back, they have him strapped. Billy's strapped to the thing of torture. Okay, so as much as I like Captain Marvel, Shazam.
What happened to the rest of his family?
Oh yeah. Throughout the book, he's getting calls from him because I think he took all the power back. He's getting calls from him, and he's not answering the calls. So he's a douche. Okay, and I think what it is Captain Marvel wanting to be separate from. I don't know. I'm thinking something must have happened, and he doesn't want to be weak again or something. I'm sure I knew it better before I went on my ramble, but
okay,
the artwork's passable. The sequential storytelling, I didn't have a problem like going to the next panel and understand what was happening.
Okay.
The dialogue is okay. Besides the fact that they're using like old who's who guys that like, oh, well, this guy looks cool. They don't know who it is, and then throwing him in there, and he would. I mean, character story history, they wouldn't do that. So I think the uniqueness what they're doing with Billy and Captain Marvel is cool, except for that last page because they got into some weird S&M for kids and stuff. I don't know, but I give it a 2.5, maybe. It's way better. I think it's better than the Wonder Woman. It's better than the Wonder Woman. Out of 5.
Out of 5, okay. So let's just think about, I mean, the fact that Gordon brought up that we don't know who the audience is for these. But if this is DC's attempt to say, okay, this is what's happening in the future, and the stories you're going to see when this event is done is what's going to lead to this future.
That's not. They already said this is just like, this is what we were going to do, but now we're not. They're going to do it completely. They're off on another.
Well, your floor is going to continue. I mean, she's going to come back in her book. There's something else.
Yeah, but it's a multiverse. They've all Marvel, DC. They're all about like, oh, you can have it, which I don't mind. I like picking up a book and it's like, oh, this has nothing to do with the mainstream comic. That's fine with me. Just as long as my mainstream one, you know, they don't even find out that Vic is ripping off animals' heads and wearing them like, you know, other heads for his heads. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with that. Just as long as my Vic is still Vic. Huh?
Don't bring me into this.
Well, that's the best example.
Well,
you get a guy, and then you don't have him like doing crazy stuff. And it's fine. You do it on the multiverse.
It's odd that you use that analogy because the one that I bought that Al didn't read is Batman Superman, and the big MacGuffin in this is people taking their heads off and putting animal heads on, or they're changing the DNA of their faces to be animals. It's like there's a new drug on the street, and this is what people are doing with it.
It's not very far-fetched, to tell you that much. People will do that. Well, that's unique, at least. That's not the same old.
It's unique. It's with what's his name, Ben Oliver doing the art. It's beautifully rendered. Oddly enough, this is a story with Kal-El and Bruce Wayne in it.
Like
the Batman and Superman in this are Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
Which I thought was weird. It's on the front end of this whole what's the guy taking over Gotham City? The magistrate. The magistrate is the big bad that's kind of taking over Gotham City. He's outlawed all the masked crime fighters. Anybody with a mask on is outlawed, and that's why these people are just changing their face so they don't have to wear a mask. they're not getting off on that technicality. They're still being hunted.
Well, what about Superman? He doesn't wear a mask.
Well, he shows up in Gotham and Batman's chewing him out. He's like, "What are you doing with the red cape in Gotham? Because the magistrate's going to come and get us now."
But Batman's not wearing a mask. I mean, Superman's not wearing a mask.
Well, yeah, but he's got a red cape, so I don't know. I gotta be honest. Okay, I was tired when I started reading this. I fell asleep because it was that unexciting. So, like I said, the MacGuffin is this whole drug that people are taking to change their faces. And Batman and Superman are investigating. And again, it's the best drawn people with new animal faces you've ever seen
in the world.
So this is a waste of Ben Oliver's time.
I think he would be much better off doing something else. I wish he would do something meaningful.
So is this like the terrible trio guys? That was the fox, the shark, and the
no,
or whatever.
This guy's name is Mr. Toad. That's a bit on the nose, but
Mr. Toad.
I think that's an old. You remember the old Batman villains, the old Golden Age Batman villains? There was like a shark, a fox, and a unicorn.
Yep. Seawood says, "That's what I asked myself too, Gore.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this just feels like filler content. They had books done. They went in another creative direction as a company. Yeah, that's pretty much
what's happening. I'll tell you what, it's funny because when I was complaining about, I'm not going to name names. I probably said this last week or the week whenever we did this last because I don't know where we're at. The Wonder Woman book, when I went in and I was like, well, I didn't really like it. The lead, one of the lead comic book shop owners were like, well, it's not really, it's not for you. They're trying to get new. It's like, if it's not for me, the comic book buying people no one's going to buy. Okay?
Right.
Because like Gore said, I said this before, this is people that aren't buying comics, that don't care about comics, are not going to pick these books up just because they're number one, but then those are collectors buying it for number one. They don't know about any jump on points. This is just throwing crap at a fan. That's what's happening here. Hallelujah.
Well, I think you're right to a certain extent. I think there is an audience that goes to a comic book store that does go looking for stuff that you or I would not go looking for.
Yeah, but to tell someone it's not for you, it's like that's what I'm looking for. Something I'm looking to be inspired by any of these books I bought. The Captain Marvel, I was like, oh, that's interesting, but it was just like I wouldn't have went there with that character.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have been that character that I want, because I'm like kind of protective of Shazam, Captain Marvel.
Right.
I'm so protective of him. He's my favorite hero. I didn't like the Shazam movie. Well, we don't have to go into that.
What? I loved it.
Well, of course, because you don't have a history with him.
What do you mean I don't have a history? I grew up watching the cartoon.
Come on. Anyways.
Also, good morning, Discovery Bay. I was saying hi to you when you came in. So before we both read Nightwing, before we get into that, one thing I wanted to mention that I noticed is that on all the books that had like the backup features, like the Dark Detective and the new Batman or the next Batman. Oh, you got those too. Okay.
I got these two as well. But let's talk about Nightwing. Go ahead with what you're saying.
The backup stories changed. So where I bought next Batman and actually liked the Outsiders backup, if I had bought the next Batman for that, I wouldn't have found it in issue 2.
Right.
Wow.
And
was the Outsiders a one hit or a one?
I think it's going to be continue in issue. I think it's going to continue in issue 3, but I've not been promised that.
Wow.
Well, maybe I have if I looked at
I thought there was only 2 books.
Well, the 2 Batman books are both being published twice a month, so there are going to be 4 issues of those.
Okay. All right.
But the other thing I noticed is on both Batman books, the art changed. They had an artist change. That they couldn't wrangle up somebody to do
Oh, really?
4 issues worth of stuff in time, so they had to have alternating artists.
So they're gonna have artists do 1 and 3, and then another artist do 2 and 4.
I haven't looked at solicitations. That would be my guess, though.
Yeah. Well, at least get artists that are, not like, hey, I found this guy on the floor.
Well, the odd thing
We
is
need money.
the guy that drew the next Batman had a kind of that Mazzucchelli somewhat inspired style, and the next guy they brought in didn't have that at all. He looked more like, not quite as extreme as like an Image or Jim Lee look, but is more down that vein than kind of the grittier Mazzucchelli look.
See, here's my thing. It's not hard to do Batman. This is the thing. It is not. Batman should be the least of your problems. If you I'm starting a new comic book line, and we don't know what to do with Batman, then get out of the way, because Batman is probably the easiest dude to okay, here he is. It's Superman you got to work on. It's Wonder Woman. It's those characters. And well, anyways, who cares? I just bought this to line my kitty litter box with. I guess.
By the way, I know she only mentioned 3 DC characters because that's all they got.
Batman, Superman.
Well, everybody else is pretty much from other lines that they pilferated and squished into submission.
Well, I think that was the case with Wonder Woman too. I don't think that started out as DC. Well, what
Sensation?
Well, for that matter, Detective Comics was its own line, separate from.
Yeah, well, they were all their own. They didn't really have. They weren't called DC. They were national. Were they national by then?
Yeah. So Nightwing.
Hold on, hold yours up again. Nightwing.
We're Grow Brothers.
Nightwing.
So it's got a very promising cover.
Yeah.
You look like a night.
Got a forgetful innards.
Yeah.
When I said that Batman's easy to do, I guess Batman Jr. isn't.
Batman Jr.
I mean, I remember enough from the Batman Superman comic that I fell asleep in to tell you, just summarize what the story was, what the point of the story was. I don't remember the point of the story of this book, and I just read it 2 days ago. But it's insinuated that this is Damian Wayne and not Dick Grayson. But then they feed you clues later that maybe it is Dick Grayson.
Well, he's trying to talk to Barbara Gordon, right?
Yeah, but the
when he became Shang-Chi.
Ooh. Yeah, get that in there. Ooh, yeah. Take that shower.
A little eye candy for the ladies.
Because they're buying this. Well, I like the fact that he's in the shower. He's in the shower, and then he's next to it's Dick Grayson, because he was never Tim Drake was never the Flying Grayson, or I'm here for you, son. Let's go take a shower. This is gross. It's like, wait, that's the only time he thinks showers is when he thinks about his parents' death or something. I don't know.
But if you read the dialogue that goes with that, though, it says, and I think we're led to assume that it's Bruce Wayne supplying the blue dialogue boxes. It says, "I wasn't there for you." So I don't know. Let me tell you, as a lifelong Batman fan, if you have confused me by who the identity of this character is, you're probably doing it wrong.
That's what I'm saying. What? Okay, so doing the Nightwing Rorschach, Night Owl thing. He's once again, there's not supposed to be any superheroes. What are you doing? And so here's another thing. Nightwing, how long has it been that you've been robbing? Right? Listen, I don't. I'm not pining for approval or anything anymore from anybody. This dude's got to be like 50 years old by now, running around crying about the same jump. Get over it, man. You had a good life. He's had so, dude. This can't be the same Dick Grayson that was banging Starfire. That was with Donna Troy. Was with Oral. With all these. It's like, man, you had a better life than most. Just because
Really?
your parents died. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh well, I guess they are together in the movie, in the TV show.
The first unwed bed scene in comics was those two.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Nightwing. As I look at the art, this looks like, I don't know. They got competent artists. Okay, it's just what's funny is I'm going to get to a comic book that has the crazy art in it, and you're going to be like, "Oh, that wasn't good." And you're like, this. I just have weird taste, I guess. But this looks like paint by numbers type of thing. And okay. So Nightwing, he's doing the night nasties. He's out in Gotham where he shouldn't be, and then they're sending out like the OMAC guys again or something. Is that what those guys are?
These are magistrate guys. These are the guys that work in the magistrate.
So they must have been from when Iron Man left his stuff in Gotham. And then, what are you doing outside if this future sucks so bad? So Nightwing's keeping them from beating these dudes up. I always hate this one. This is like, I'll get to it. All right, he kills those one dudes, right? The robots, and he beats them up. And then you got the worst Jeff Goldblum impersonator hanging out with some chick. They were like, it was like RoboCop. They were trying to, Anyways, this dude's an augmented human, and he's trying to beat up Nightwing. So it's all a ploy to get Nightwing to come out. Okay? I can't stand that. Even in wrestling, it was like, okay, I'm going to attack. I'm going to beat you up for 2 or 3 weeks, and then we're gonna get John Cena out here, and then we're going to jump him, and then we're going to reveal that we've been together all along, even though I've been putting you through tables and all this stuff. That's a trope, guys. And
Al, I got a question for you though. Turn to the back page. You got Nightwing on you, right?
Yeah.
How is it that Nubia and Diana are twin sisters?
Who? Oh. What do you mean they're twin sisters?
It says here that they're twin sisters.
He's reading the
Maybe
text.
they're both by Zeus.
Oh, okay.
At the same time. Twin doesn't mean identical twins.
So now I have to get the Immortal. Did you get the Immortal Wonder Woman?
No, I haven't got that. So finish out this. Anyway, so then they got so they're still after Nightwing. He's got eyes in the back of his head. He's got the Batman disease where he can beat everybody, right?
Nightwing's a bad man.
Yeah, but he's still a crybaby. He's still a little yacht. And he's getting tore up by the group that, hey, you were going to save us, but you did. Oh, Anyways, damn, Joe, get out here. Anyways, and then he's getting shot at by a sniper. He stops the sniper because he knows where he's at. And then the sniper's like, oh, it's, it was all a ploy. This is the thing. It's what's the show where they inside a dream? It's inside a dream.
Inception.
This is Inception, okay? No. You guys ever seen Rick and Morty? Where
No.
So they're trying to get the equation. Let's just say the anti-life equation from Rick, who's got it. So they put him in all these fake things, and inside like a fake, like, oh, we're gonna kill everybody. And like, no, that was just a joke. And then it's all these. You're inside these fake realms until finally he, gives them this fake equation, and it's just this is the same thing. Like oh, you're not saving these guys. They're actually the people that are going to kill you. But then the sniper that you stopped after is actually, he was there for you to come to find me. Just put out a damn ad if you want the dude to come to you. Like, you wasting so much time on this dude, and he was like, that's the thing, you're wasting so much time on one dude that's fighting and beating up. All he's doing is beating up robots that are attacking your people. Okay, so don't put those people out there. He might be setting up in a warehouse somewhere for the rest of his time, not doing anything. Blah. Anyway, so then I got the magistrate looking like Vivian from the Young Ones, they're wearing capes. He's Batman. This magistrate's Batman. Ugh. I mean, why do people look like they're in the future, but it's so grimy? I'm tired of grimy futures. Anyways, Nightwing's holding up in Arkham Asylum, of course.
All right. We don't need to get a whole play-by-play of the whole book.
I'm just mad at this thing, man. And then they're talking to Oracle again. About the book that Make up your mind at what Barbara Gordon's doing. Okay, she's Batgirl, she's Batwoman.
Much like Red Letter Media, you railing on this book is much more entertaining than actually reading the book.
Yeah. Well, they get to the new Batman, though, because he can't show his bottom half of his face because of cease and desist. I don't get that.
I'm just telling you show the bottom half of his face, he'll get arrested quick. Yeah, he can't arrest the regular Batman for wearing a mask, but the black Batman.
Yeah, there you go. And then he comes in and fights him when he's got his pajamas on. He don't even have pajamas on. This is cheesy. And that's another, like, I trapped you, but I didn't. Ha ha! Because he beats the new Batman, and then he ties him up so he can talk to him because he wants to know what he is.
Nightwing?
Yeah, that's at the end of Nightwing. Like, I think Batman, the new Batman, lets him do it just so he can, like, I just wanted to talk to you and be buddies. Because in the background here, he goes from being okay. Anyways, he goes from being trapped to just unbuckling himself. This is like something they probably get together and do every weekend. Like, oh, I'm gonna eat you up today.
All right.
These guys have got nothing better to do. This is what I get from this book. Nightwing is not a serious. Okay, I gave Shazam a 2 out of 5. I give that a 2, maybe I give it a 1.5, maybe. Sorry, I take so long.
I give it. It's going directly in my to get rid of pile.
Thank you.
And the artwork is just like, hey, I drew this. Could you put some color on it to probably make it not look so flat?
All right, so let's move on from Future State. We've been going on about that for like 40 minutes already.
Well, I got one positive.
Oh, you actually liked one?
Okay, the story, you can't read it. It's the art. The art, I love the crazy artwork. The sequentials suck, okay? The flow of the book is garbage because it's like, wait a minute, who's talking? Who's this person? They don't introduce anybody. They're like, hey, this is Ultra Boy. This is so-and-so. They don't do any of that. They just try to, they use their real names. And like, I don't know who this dude is. I know who Ultra Boy is. Who's this guy? So you got to figure all that out. And it's like a hot mess of action. So it's just like, it's cool though. It's good art. I dig it.
Who did the art?
I can't pronounce that name.
You're freezing up, so it's
right. Am I?
Yeah.
You're
all pixelated.
I'm too actiony. All right, go about your business.
Tell us who the artist was.
Rosmo.
It's like Cher. He's just got the one name.
Yeah, well, the problem is
a couple of pages
that the text looks like that, so you can't.
We can't see it.
Planet Gotham.
Oh well.
Yeah, the artwork's fun. It's more. I wouldn't I wouldn't get this person for this book. I have them on their own indie book, then it would be cool. But because it's on here, no.
Something I notice about younger creators is that their stories resemble too much movies, comics, and video games they grew up with. I'll listen to interviews where they admit it. Yeah, no doubt.
Well, tell me who was writing the Final Fantasy VII type of stuff.
Well, he's talking about the art, not the writers.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, so I felt for Bendis in this because even though he's not my cup of tea, the dialogue balloons. There's too much dialogue in these little panels. It is. Oh, you remember? It was the Wonder Woman Wednesday comic Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 4 comic pages slammed together in a diamond, and you couldn't read any of it. You didn't know what was going on. This is the same. The artwork's nice. It's fun, and I don't know. I dig it, but you can't read it. You can't follow it, and it's all over the place. It's like Final Crisis, where it gets that feeling of when you're changing the channel, watching. It's like I'm gonna watch it, go back, watch. It doesn't work, but I give it a 3 for the art.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
And Aquaman's okay. It's just it's okay.
It's just not
It's
Aquaman. It's Aquaman without Aquaman in it.
Yeah, I know. It used to be Aqualad, and then it's got Aqua Girl Glass. That's marrying his daughter. Artwork is solid. Storytelling solid. It's very Ivan Riaz or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Very much. It's a nonsensical, like, what are we doing here story.
Mm-hmm.
Aquaman, the new Aquaman and Aqualasket. There's like, okay, this is the ocean that's basically the universes connected, so you could travel through different time zones and universes through the ocean, and they get trapped in there. And then time passes, and you find Aquaman is enslaved by some dude, some Zelda-looking dude, and all of a sudden it's like starts talking, and then he's telling him all this stuff, and then the bad guy starts going, "Well, why didn't you say this? We would have been buddies. This whole time I've been being a complete butthole to you, and I would be buddies." And he's like, "Well, it doesn't matter now because she's coming." And it's like, well, wait a minute. If he's gonna be a good guy to you, and you're gonna that's your fault. That's on you, man. You could have been pals. This guy seems more like what was Whoopi Goldberg in Star Trek?
Guinan.
Yeah.
Guinan. It's like Guinan, and he's all like, "Yeah, this," and then the guy's like, "Nah, we're gonna mess you up." It's like, wait, who's the bad guy? Who's the bad guy? You're the one that hasn't said anything for so long. Anyway. That is my future state. That's
future take.
I'm gonna buy. I don't know what else is coming out, but I'll check it out just so I can rant.
Well, I think
the
first month is over. Well, yeah, it's January is over. It was a January and February event, so everything from here on out is going to be issues 2 and sometimes through 4. Is there more to come?
Let's see. February.
Well, yeah.
3, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2.
Yeah.
Gordon continued. He's saying,
there's a one.
It doesn't inspire him at all to read their books. I mean, might as well just go back and look at the stuff they're inspired by. And also, that's a twofold thing. Like, if you go, the new people that read it go like, "Oh, this is cool," but then someone can go, "Oh, they got this from this," or it's derivative.
Yeah,
of this.
number 1 left still.
I want to go check it out, but
Superman House of L.
You don't like what they're derived from. And he was like, "No, I just like the way it's done here."
All right, so
but I give Legion is super fun, but you won't be able to just look at it and go, "Oh, that's cool." It's a little muddy at times, but I also like Wonder Woman Dead Earth. It's kind of the same vein of that, where it's like, what's happening? But
so, Victor, you've been watching WandaVision?
WandaVision?
No, WandaVision.
Yes.
Okay, so as the new guy to comic books and not having any history with the characters other than what you've seen on
still not
screen,
understanding where Vision came from in the movies. I tried to watch Age of Ultron the other day. I just fell asleep.
You gotta stay awake and figure it out.
I was frustrated. I'm just like, and I was making a point like, you know what? I can watch all these videos. Apparently, there's some great videos out there to tell you what it is I'm supposed to understand. But I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
I'll be honest. I didn't pick up on any of the Easter eggs hardly. I mean, I went and watched some of those videos, and I'm like, yeah, that the thing you're saying is an Easter egg seems like a stretch, but okay.
Yeah.
The only thing that I heard that I heard that made sense was like the guy being sword. When the guy was the beekeeper, which was weird that a beekeeper comes out of a sewer, but so
Have you watched the latest episode?
Yeah, we're just not.
we haven't got there yet.
I'm just wanting, let's talk about the whole.
Look, we got to build our way up there.
Because I agree. I was completely unsatisfied after the first two episodes.
I was ready to quit watching it, even after the third one. Yeah,
This is the funniest thing, man. You guys want it. Oh, you don't even think, or you get in there, you get some samplers, man. That's what that is. It's basically was showing you what is. I knew it wasn't going to be TV show, but that's what they're doing. So if they would have took the latest episode and had that first, and then you would have watched the first two after that.
I totally get it.
Well, what I say is they drug you along and built it up just long enough. Because I'll tell you what, if yesterday's episode was like the previous three, it'd be like like it was for me with The Mandalorian. Like, catch me when the whole season's up and I'll watch it then.
Man, that's what I'm saying. That's the problem. Like, we didn't do that stuff in the day, man. Of course, back in the day, we didn't have a continuity like that.
Yes, we did.
Had like, hey, we're having the same story each month, each day, each week. Like the Incredible Hulk, Bill Bixby, he would walk.
Good morning, B.
He would go to town, and then he would get mad and fight. He didn't want to be mad because you wouldn't like him when he's mad.
But see, that's the thing. There was no real storyline in the first 2 or 3 episodes. It was just something happening for some reason back in the old TV time. They had a little story.
Nothing was happening. Everything was happening. It's all about the diesel. It's all about
yeah.
Like people going, oh, I mean, I don't get that. Okay, my thing is as an artistic piece, it's beautiful. It's like, oh man, look what they're doing, look what they're giving you, and it's kind of, that's stupid, that's dumb. And like, no, you're not.
I didn't say done. I said I was unsatisfied.
I'm sorry because there's like 80 different shows that are doing this. No, you got all these shows you can watch, and just because they're trying something different. Like, I'm
not faulting them for trying something different. I'm saying that I'm not as to the end of dissatisfaction as Victor is, maybe, or
no,
after the first was where we got through the first week where we got the first 2 episodes. I was like, nah, I'm not getting enough here. And then the third episode came, and I was like, okay, I'm in. So it took 3 episodes to make sure I stayed on for the rest.
Well, that's usually the thing that people say. You got to at least watch 3 episodes to invest in something.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I watched whole seasons of bad shows just because I had to keep seeing what was going to happen. I wasn't going to stop watching it. I was just going to delay watching it.
So the little things that they're doing wasn't interesting enough in the first 2 episodes. That wasn't interesting enough for you guys.
I think for each of the little kind of glitches that they showed you that you picked up on, if they had maybe just answered one of them, like gave you the answer to one, you'd be like, okay, they're giving me a clue, so I know that all these other glitches I'm going to get answered eventually. Well, we knew that we were going to get them answered eventually too.
Was there no characters that you just enjoyed watching?
Say that again.
Was there any characters you just enjoyed, like oh look, it's Agnes, she's fun. I like what she pops in.
Yes, Vision. Anytime Vision showed up as Vision, that's when I was most into it, because the whole point of seeing Marvel superheroes on screen is to see not regular looking people. Like, I want to see people in costumes. I want to see people with a mask on. I want to see a guy with a red face because he had a red face in the comic books.
No, yeah, don't be that. You know.
I just thought he was entertaining.
You knew what it was going to be going in. You knew that there was going to be.
No, I didn't.
You didn't see commercials for it.
Yeah,
You didn't see
they're
they're doing Dick Van Dyke. They're doing Bewitched. They're doing Brady
Oh.
Bunch and Family Ties or whatever.
Yeah.
You didn't see the commercials.
Yeah, I saw those.
I didn't see Dick Van Dyke or Bewitched.
I saw that.
You didn't see the black and white stuff.
No, I didn't see those shows.
No, I'm not saying you didn't have to watch the shows.
He has never
What I'm
watched
saying is-
Bewitched or Dick Van Dyke.
You didn't probably watch much TV then. Because
What?
that's what was on, like, all group.
Who do you think my babysitter was?
What were you watching?
I mean, shows like Dick Van Dyke and Bewitched. As a kid, I would tolerate Bewitched because it was the best, most age appropriate thing that was on television on the 4 channels we had.
We're not going on Dick Van Dyke and Bewitched.
Dick Van
I'm
Dyke,
dying
I
on
would
that
watch
cord,
it.
guys.
I would watch it at 10 o'clock in the morning on days I was home from school sick. Other than that, I had no exposure to it, but I knew what it was.
You guys are older than me, and you're telling me that you didn't appreciate the way they did it. That's what the whole thing is.
I do appreciate.
Here's the thing: every Marvel movie is like, okay, this is our heist movie. This is our war movie. This is this, and this, and this. This is their sitcom thing, and
No, She-Hulk is their sitcom.
Yeah.
Have you seen one? Is She-Hulk popped up yet?
No, but they've advertised She-Hulk is going to be their comedy.
Okay, then this isn't a sitcom. This isn't their ode to sitcoms. I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
This is an homage to sitcoms. After the last episode, I'm like, okay, they get it. They understand how powerful and screwed up Scarlet Witch can be, and they're going to show us that.
I mean, to be honest with you, they didn't really have an idea who Scarlet Witch was.
Well, now watching those movies anyway, this is like the first, like, of her personality that they did in all of the Marvels. If you just watch the movies, this is what I'm going off of. I don't even care if you don't know about the comic books, because if we wouldn't have to have this discussion. Just from the comic or the movies, the comic book flip, she doesn't have a personality in any of the movies. She just does this.
Right. She's the least
And then they fall in love for some reason. There was no reason. I was like, oh, they love each other. I felt more in the first 2 episodes. Okay,
right.
That it was showing them that's what you're watching. You got to build. Okay, you got to build a relationship up. They knew they didn't have that in the movies. This is them together. Now you get to see them together. So you care when they get ripped apart, and you care about when she turns around in this last episode and you see Vision, and you're like, oh my God, that's creepy.
Oh,
all right.
Entirely different.
If you just jump to that, you're going off the Marvel stuff that they didn't have any personality. This is that you have to build, folks.
I don't remember them from the Marvel
You can't just
stuff.
jump into Return of the Jedi. You have to have New Hope. You have to have Empire Strikes Back. Okay, you got to have it. You can't just like, oh, when are they gonna get to them like killing the bad guy?
Okay. You want to use a Star Wars analogy?
No, I don't.
The first 2 episodes of this show were more like the Phantom Menace than they were like A New Hope.
No. Phantom Menace was
They didn't have any cringeworthy characters.
We'll be friends anymore.
Phantom Menace. Ugh, no. When's the last time you watched a Phantom Menace?
It's been a long time.
Seriously. Were you an angel?
I'm telling. Let's see what Gore Vidal's got to say. I don't watch the end of the series first. I then like to see what led up to that. That's how I read most biographies and histories. There's different storytelling techniques, and they're all valid. Good morning, Dave Enrique. How could you
Yeah.
not appreciate the nostalgia?
How can you not? That's basically all that is. But you're missing.
They didn't do an episode
the forest for the trees, man.
They didn't do Sanford and Son.
You're missing. It's like, oh, they're showing us them together. Let's build them together. Let's make you like a character that didn't have any personality in the frickin' movies. You like Vision. What did Vision do in the movies? He died. It was I'm Vision.
He died?
And then he died. The first 2 episodes of this. First 2 episodes of this.
He died in. Which one did he die in?
Oh, is that when they took the stone out of his head?
Yes. Yeah, he died. That was it. That's before the snap. He wasn't snapped away and came back. He was dead before the snap.
Well, that makes a little bit of a difference. Now there's no Wanda's just crazy. Well, that's a whole different thing altogether then. No wonder she's on controlling everything by making them go back and changing the script on stuff. That changes things.
Okay. It's amazing how much variety 4 channels had. That's why we know all the old films and sitcoms. Cable increased the variety, but it dispersed the content and people watched what they wanted. Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
My kids don't know Popeye the Sailor Man. Like we read a nursery rhyme book and that had the lyrics to Popeye. And I'm like, do you know who Popeye is? No. I'm like, I failed as a parent.
Who didn't know who Popeye was?
My kids.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on, it's not going on.
So is he dead currently then?
Yeah, that's why when she turned around and she looked at him, he had a big gash in his head.
I remember that from the movie. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Really?
Okay, this is like Gordon says, it's like everybody had seen these back in the day because they were just showing them and probably want to watch something that's on. So I'm surprised you probably had to go out of your way not to see certain things. Like, I'm not gonna turn the TV on today. I was raised by the TV too. That's the reason why I know Dick Van Dyke and Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie and all these other shows. You know, I used to watch. Shoot, I'm gonna cut myself. You guys made me get crazy and cut myself. I mean, gee whiz, there's so much. Man, I was raised on those shows. I was raised on Mod Squad and Miami Vice and Different Strokes and All in the Family.
Yeah, listen, you're going through 2 different eras. Though.
Good times.
You're going through different eras.
No,
because they're basically you're talking about colored TV shows versus black and white TV shows, right?
You can't watch black and white TV shows.
I'm not saying I didn't, other than Leave It to Beaver.
It was on the same channel. It was like TBS or something, right? Leave It to Beaver's on there. They have Dick Van Dyke. This is the thing. I'm watching stuff that's going to lead into something else. You usually leave it on. You know, if there's a baseball game, Atlanta, the Braves, they would have that stuff on before and after.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd usually leave it on. Or if wrestling, it would lead into wrestling or something. USA Network, Nick at Night. I mean, that's where I finally watched like Laugh-In, and they had Star Trek on it. Get Smart. Have you ever watched Get Smart?
I've never watched an episode.
You've never watched Get Smart?
Yes.
The what?
The Nude Bomb.
Oh, that was garbage. I'm talking about the original TV show. The first couple seasons. You've never seen Get Smart.
Really?
That's why you're Frankenstein, man. That's why you have no humor. Anyway, what are we talking about? WandaVision. All right.
So yesterday's episode, great episode. Except for I didn't know who these Rambos are. And I read a little bit. I didn't realize that the Rambo from Captain Marvel was apparently Monica's mom. Or is that just a movie TV show thing?
I don't know if we've ever been exposed to
it. That's the movie thing.
Okay. Oh, okay. Huh.
I don't. As far as I know, unless it's new continuity, I never read that they were even talking. Oh, she had her parents in that. Yeah, she had parents, but her dad was alive too. Because I remember her flying to go see him when she was the leader of Avengers. Yes, she was the leader of the Avengers. And now
Rambo was?
Yeah, Monica was. When she was Captain Marvel, she was the leader of the Avengers.
Okay, so let's talk about this just for a little bit because morning Selling Comic Geek. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to that version of Captain Marvel. Did she have any connection at all to the earlier Marvel or Carol Danvers or anything?
No.
Why did she pick up that? Other than Marvel had to put a name on the character.
That's it.
But she just showed up today and said, "I'm Captain Marvel," and all the other characters that had been at Captain Marvel's bedside as he died, they didn't say anything like, "Oh, okay, you're Captain Marvel."
Well, he wasn't really liked. I don't think he was like. I don't even think the superheroes really. He was in space a lot more than.
Yeah, but the Death of Captain Marvel is one of the most famous graphic novels that Marvel ever produced.
Yeah, and before that, what was he fighting? Skrull cows? That's the last time he teamed with the Avengers, right? He wasn't really he was like, what was his name?
Marvel.
Jim Starlin created him, right? Or took him and created Warlock and all those guys.
Made him what he was, yeah.
Yeah. So to me, he had his playground, right? You got your playground. You're not coming over to my play. I got my football. If you mess with it, I'm taking it going home. I think that's what the Jim Starlin universe stuff kind of was. He was doing. That's what they should probably be doing now.
Starlin used all of the other Marvel heroes in that playground, though, too.
Yeah, but back then it wasn't like this is actually happening. Listen, when Wolverine, before Wolverine became the Deadpool of his time, when someone would pop into another comic book, it was just hey, we need to make some money here. Let's pop in Captain America or something, Mm-hmm. The only connection, there's a connection between Captain Marvel and Captain America is they both shared their pool boy, Rick Jones.
Right.
And the Hulk, they're sharing their pool boy.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Jones was like the everyman that.
Rick Jones, yeah. No, sorry.
He became Bucky for a while for Captain America. He was always.
I wonder if there's a shirt that says that. I'm Rick Jones, B. What the 5 things say to the face? Slap. Anyways, I love that. Sorry. Get on some Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what they do next. Do they go back to the whole?
You got predictions?
What's that? Do I have predictions?
You got predictions.
I think we're gonna see. Well,
I have a question though.
Okay, go ahead.
If Vision is dead, I'm assuming Disney expects us to go more than one season. Are they going to bring him back to life somehow?
I think he's alive right now with her, or maybe
because eventually
I have a
come
prediction.
back to the real world.
I got some wild predictions. I don't know. I think it's going to be a sad. If he does, it's not. He's okay. So in the comic books, John Byrne basically killed the Vision, and then brought him back. But he was like white toast, man. He was just like he was Data. Like what?
Yeah, he had like no emotions.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had any memory of the previous experience as Vision. I don't think he did.
Oh, he did, but he was just like, yeah, sorry, honey, I don't care. It's like someone that has a stroke or something. Sometimes it's just like, well, I know I should feel this, but I don't.
Right.
I just you see it, but there's no action.
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
Monica doesn't have any powers here, right?
No.
As of yet, anyway.
Correct.
So definitely she's going to acquire powers.
Yeah. Starlin made Thanos. Thanos, Captain Marvel, and Warlock interesting of the 70s. Later with Infinity Gauntlet. Oh, later with Infinity Gauntlet. Okay, so Claremont Miller made Wolverine relevant. The classic mini. Yeah. I'm not busting on Wolverine. I'm just saying he became the team-up boy. Like, hey, we need to make some money. Put some Wolverine in there. Come on, guys.
And Jamie fell for it every time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, all the time. But
let me know.
So one of my crazy predictions.
Yeah.
All right.
One of my crazy predictions, because I guess there was the Reaper. You remember the Reaper? He's Wonder Man's brother.
Yeah, and he made a significant role in the Tom King Vision miniseries.
Okay. We did what?
He played a significant role in the Tom King Vision miniseries that was out a few years ago.
So what I'm thinking is, because I watched someone else talk about, because Jimmy Woo or whatever his name is at the beginning of the show is like saying, this episode, spoilers, saying that I have a someone that's in a witness relocation program that's come up missing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That could be important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That could be real important. What if that is the Grim Reaper or whatever his name, the Reaper, and he's there, but I don't know how it fit in. What if Vision is able? It's like, you've seen Wonder Woman 84 where they use the proxy. No? So anyways, in the movie, Chris Pine comes back because she wishes him, but she's basically putting him over another person. Okay, so it's like, hi, I'm Al, but no, now I'm Chris Pine, and you see me as a. So what if, because DC and Marvel often do the same thing all the time.
And Scooby-Doo.
No, I mean, like when DC makes it was like, oh, I got this idea for the Identity Crisis. Marvel will come out with the Identity Disc.
Biggie Shack, World Hunt Champion. Good to see you, Biggie.
So what if DC or Marvel was WandaVision? Vision isn't Vision's body, but it's Simon Williams. That's like, he's the one walking around, but he looks like Vision. She made him look like Vision. Like she needed somebody. I mean, it could just be the dead body floating around going, "Hey guys." It could be that, but what if this is just one of my kooky things. So that way then, when it's over, Simon, Wonder Man, could be like, well, I do love it, because in the comic book, he was the brain of Vision. And this could have been somehow how the Reaper got his brother. I don't know what happened to Simon Williams in this universe, but he could be the puppet that has the different wallpaper on him. I know, as I say it, it's full of garbage, but you never know.
Jeff Schultz has got
I don't think Mephisto. What's funny is that is Mephisto in it? This doesn't seem, because everything seems more technical. It seems like it's.
I was going to ask, who is Mephisto? Because I keep reading about Mephisto.
He's the devil. He's the devil, and
in the Marvel universe, he's the devil.
Oh, okay. Well, I think he would have showed up. Never mind.
I think it's time. It could be Nightmare or something.
Black Panther broke him out of prison in the Avengers.
Mephisto?
I think so. No. It was somebody. It just happened in the books.
In Starling's Warlock, the gemstone that contained the dead. I wonder if Wanda is dead inside the Vision's gemstone. It's an interesting take.
It's just wild takes. What is the wildest take you can come up with, you know?
Okay, the wildest take?
Yeah.
Black Panther's involved. The next door neighbor is Black Panther, who gave up on being fit.
He was in the relocation program. But I know that because I watched those Easter egg things too, and they say that Agatha Harkness is Agnes, but there's no proof to that yet. Here's my thing: I think fans will melt down
in every episode.
Oh well, who's the Hartnett then?
She's a witch that trained Scarlet Witch in her powers, and also was the nanny for Franklin Richards.
Did you watch any of the videos? I thought you said you were watching videos about.
No, I said I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Schultz predicts that Doctor Strange will show up. One thing that Kevin Feige has said is that this will connect to both the next Spider-Man and the Doctor Strange movies.
Yeah, because she's going to unbalance the multiverse. So we're going to be seeing, like, characters from other movie lines. Like, you're going to... Hopefully we see the Roger Corman thing. I want the Roger Corman Fantastic Four. That's what I want.
Good morning, Magic Lasso.
Maybe we can get Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk.
Oh yeah, he's still alive, right? And come out CGI. We'll do the
he's
deep fake of Bill Bixby. That'd be awesome. I'm for that. Neil Hammond as Spider-Man doing awesome.
Hey, Linda Carter's still around too. Oh, wrong universe. My bad.
And the Wonder Woman, you didn't watch it. She's in the end of that. Hey,
I
Whiz.
kept meaning to watch it.
Magic Lasso. He predicts a cliffhanger that won't be resolved until Doctor Strange 2.
You think Wonder Woman is the bad guy? Who's the bad guy?
The bad guy,
Mephisto.
Yeah, and I think he's controlling. I think he's controlling Wanda. I think they're gonna They're gonna make her look super evil, and then in the end say, "Well, Mephisto was behind everything." And
you ever seen Man of Hands of Fate?
What's that?
Manos Hands of Fate on Mr. Science Theater. They did the show called Manos Hands of Fate. And they did this episode where this little girl brings in this huge black dog, and they say, his name's Mephisto. Can we keep him? And so every time I hear Mephisto, I think of that. His name's Mephisto. No, I think what I think's happening is they're bringing back Captain America, right? And he's gonna hook up with Scarlet Witch.
Well, hold up now. Well, Falcon and what's the other guy's name?
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Will that have something to do with this too?
I don't know. If they're smart, they'd at least make an appearance.
Because at some point, isn't Falcon supposed to become Captain America?
Maybe. That's the rumor.
Or Bucky, or both.
Okay, so Dave Enrique brings up the Strucker twins and Viper, which are connected to Hydra, and we did have the one commercial that mentioned Hydra, so Hydra is going to be involved somehow.
Maybe the Strucker twins are her twins. I don't know who the Strucker twins are, but I feel like her having twins has to be important.
There was a Baron Strucker that I remember. I don't remember the Strucker twins myself. The gemstone would be one way to include Doctor Strange, where he will have to come to release her. You could also bring in Adam Warlock. I don't think they're going to bring Adam Warlock in one of the TV shows, but you never know.
I think you meant Doctor Strange too, right? I don't know. That's wild stuff. This is what I think. My prediction is that the fans will melt down when everything they think doesn't happen.
Nightmare would be a good villain too.
That's what's going to happen. Is Fury going to be involved in this, or is he dead?
He's not dead. He's going to get his own show. Hulk Hogan is in the next. Because they play Voodoo Child at the end.
Mephisto. I like Mephisto. It sounds more like a He-Man character.
This goes with the wild prediction of both. Dr. Mindbender.
Yeah, I got new pop vinyls, and they brought out Dr. Mindbender. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Mindbender and Leatherneck, and I'm like, of all the Joes and Cobras you get Leatherneck? Come on, guys, get out of here! Jeez.
Was there a black member of G.I. Joe?
Lots.
Tons.
Roadblock is the one that comes to mind first.
Stalker.
Ranger.
I watched G.I. Joe.
Was it Ranger?
Man, get on out of here, man. Get out of here.
We can't be friends anymore.
American Hero.
I think it'd be
Quicksilver gonna show up. He's gonna be a zombie, just like Vision. He's gonna eat people's brains.
You guys mentioned a lot of characters here.
Quicksilver was Scarlet Witch's brother.
You don't know who Quicksilver is, dude.
All right, I will watch the movies.
You don't watch the movies. You don't even watch the movies.
You know what? I was telling a friend of mine this the other day. I said, the more I hang around people that are really into Star Wars, I realize how much of Star Wars I really did not see.
What Star Wars have you seen? Let's go
I've
there.
seen them all. Well, apparently I haven't seen them all.
You don't get
I was
tired.
gonna say, if you just seen
It's a trap.
the prequels, then I had to,
It's a trap.
the only Star Wars you need to have seen was the original 3. That's it. The rest of them are.
Oh, we ran out of time. Darn.
All right. Well, we've been going for an hour and 15 minutes. We'll wrap it up soon. I had a couple other things to touch on, but
What is it? Yeah, go ahead. Go. I'll shut up. You go ahead. It's your show, man. Go as long as you
in
want.
the description, I put I might talk about some things that happened at work this week, but that was kind of contingent on if I saw anyone show up in the live chat that was interested in that. So if anybody's lurking in the live chat that wants to hear anything about the news this week for round 2 models where I work, feel free to chime in and I'll answer questions the best I can. Basically what went on is 2 bits of news came out on Friday where round 2, the company I worked for, was purchased partly by an investment firm. So it's difficult to think about yourself working for a company that's been sold, because you just never know how all that's going to pan out. I think in the immediate to medium range term, as far as time goes, I feel very confident in everything's going to be just fine, business as usual. Years and years down the road, I'm not sure. The future becomes more foggy at that point. So just for me, I'm going to have to stay the course, do the best I can, carrying on doing the work I do that I still love, and I don't plan on putting any less into that. But we'll have to kind of figure out, okay, if something happens, what would I do? So I've got that. And then the other big piece of news was that round 2 got the Star Wars license. So I'm going to be working on Star Wars model kits.
Woohoo!
And it's pretty exciting. I mean, if I look back on all the stuff I worked on at round 2, I developed a Wolverine model kit. I created a 1966 Batmobile model kit that there was a small clunky kit that had been put out back in the 60s, but I put out a nice accurate one. I did almost a 3-foot long original series Star Trek original series Enterprise that a lot of people are big fans on. I put out the 22-inch Eagle from Space 1999.
Still waiting on mine.
And then also
round2.com,
a smaller one that everybody's thrilled with.
Brother up.
We've got more coming, more in the pipeline. So, but the whole time I've been working in model kits, it's always been, oh man, it'd be awesome if we got to do some Star Wars stuff. So
is it just gonna be the repros or the stuff they put out?
It will be a mix. I mean, that's how we started with Star Trek. We started with just re-releasing some of the older kits, but I can say we're going to put 2 brand new kits in development like ASAP. Try and get them out by the end of the year.
I got a good idea.
Well, we've got a Millennium Falcon, and that is one of the releases we're going to do, but we're going to improve it. Well, lots of people that are familiar with it know what the problems are.
I got an idea for you, free of charge. You know how they have those skeletons or those bodies that you can see through them, that are the skeleton, you can take them, take the bits out?
Yeah. A
Darth Vader one like that, where you can take his suit, and you can see that would be cool.
It would be cool.
But you won't do it.
Probably not. No, actually, I think that is a very cool idea. There's, I got to check and see what we have permission to do. I know we can do spaceships all day long. I'm not sure I think it becomes a little bit more problematic with figures because so many people are doing figures. I'm not saying we can't, but I just
it's not a figure. It's a model. It'd be a model where you had to piece it together.
Yeah, I know, but anything that's figural, there are so many people out there doing stuff. So Magic Lasso appreciates that news. So Disco. Thanks, Dave Enrique.
The reason why he's telling us is because he's not going to do the show anymore because now he's a big time Star Wars guy.
No, I always intended to do maybe a quarterly show about modeling, because honestly, as small time as I am on the comic book side of YouTube, where I get, if I get more than 50 views on these, I'm fine. If I get less, I get disappointed. But I try and break 100 views. That's doing well. If I do a video,
Well, the one I wasn't on got no views.
If I do a video on round 2, I get 20,000 views.
I was shocked. I didn't know.
Yeah, and that's just same old, just me talking about models.
And they were eating it up, had questions, all kinds. I was just shocked.
I did a stream for work, and we had like 300 people in the live chat. It's one of those crazy live chats where you can't even pay attention to it. So, and it's not that I never intended not to talk about that stuff. It's just never worked out timing wise where I could put the time in and kind of concentrate on doing that. So, not disappointed anyway. I'm perfectly happy with the audience I have, but I could grow the channel if I really got into that more.
On top of that Darth Vader idea, Han and Carbonite. So you could put that, and but then you'd have to cut him. That'd be cool, man. I'm telling you.
I like that too. I was putting together a test shot of our old Slave 1 model kit, and it comes with a little Han Solo and Carbonite.
No, but I want one that has like you can.
No, I get
clear,
it.
You pop it. And that'd be cool. All the buttons on the sides, the decals. You got to put it.
Yeah, we do a light kit so the little buttons on the sides light up. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm not saying no. I got to find a way to use like a magnetic field. You put magnets in the base, it spins, and you put a lead in the thing, and it will float above it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It happens. It's really hard to pull that off, but people can do it. I saw
put it in the four corners, so it's like
at a modeling show a few years ago. I saw somebody had built a Star Destroyer kit. It was about this long, where they had done it where there was nothing supporting it. It was floating above the base, and they were doing it with magnets somehow.
Magnets.
Reverse polarity.
Yes. Now that I understand.
Jawa crawler would be cool.
Thanks, Jeff Schultz.
Anyways.
So it didn't look like
Luke's hand. Get Luke's hand.
Doesn't look like anybody from the modeling world showed up in the chat, so we'll leave that at that. But I wanted to make sure I fulfilled my promise that I put in the description. I'd at least mention that. So coming up next show, we will either have a guest, maybe, or we are going to dive into the New Gods.
I haven't found my book. I put it away and I can't find it now.
Well, you got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over the first 5 issues of the New Gods next time. And the reason why is because, we're Kirby fans. At least Al and I are.
Vic don't like anything.
Coach Vic has not been exposed to the material, so it'll be interesting to get his input on it. I want to compare and contrast how new ideas were introduced back in the 70s compared to how new ideas are introduced today. And then also we're going to concentrate on the first 5 of New Gods, like I said, but I also am doing a little bit of research on why the Fourth World didn't explode and become as popular as maybe we think it should have as we look back on it.
Okay.
So there'll be a few different aspects. Should be interesting. We're not going to do like a play-by-play breakdown, but
yes, we will.
Well, hopefully it won't take 45 minutes.
I got my New Gods book. I got questions. I'm ready to go.
All right, cool.
Oh, where is it? Right here. Check them out. I got this in the mail, baby. Look at that. Black Light Doctor Strange.
Oh, I was going to say, is that like a Donald Trump Doctor Strange mashup?
No, it's cool because he actually is like, He actually glows. If you can see him glowing.
Yeah, it is cool.
I love it.
All right, man. Well, we will bring the show to a close. You guys got
I want to keep talking.
You got any last words? Well, I'm sure we'll go on for another hour after then.
Hey, thanks for the Mastodon for spelling my name right. That's how you spell it, folks.
Yeah. That's the only way to spell Alan.
One of the best by Kirby, Captain Victory in the Future. I picked up the whole Captain Victory run last year, and we might talk about that sometime.
I want to try new modern comics since I'm so good at expressing my feelings for books, modern comic books.
Now,
but then I thought I don't want to buy a bunch of the new books.
Do you want to take suggestions, or do you just want to wing it? And
That would be good if anybody that's to you. Like, I'll do that if someone was like, "Hey, read this book and bash." I mean, and tell us what you think about it.
Once in the future, there you go. You'll love it.
you ain't gonna love it.
That doesn't sound like a good book.
Alan is the surname spelling. Okay.
Huh. I just know I was named after the first Black Supreme Court Justice of the state of Minnesota, Alan Page.
You were?
Of course.
Victor
I
Allen.
got this for $5. I found this at Walmart for $5 in the clearance
He's
aisle.
also an All-American Notre Dame.
They're
I learned that
diecast.
All right, guys. We will say goodbye. We will see you next time. Please come back and join us. If you like the content, hit that thumbs up. Give us a sub. All that.
Ooh, clobber that
Like.
thumbs up button.
Clobber that
Hit
thumb.
notifications and subscribe.
Yeah, hit that bell. And
Ooh, better yet, share.
Ring that
Share, like, and
bell. Ring that bell.
Nick's playbook. That's right. All right.
That's-
See you
this
next
is-
time. Remember, keep your priorities straight. Faith, family, comic books. We'll see you next time.
Doobie, doobie,